The heartland of America is reeling. China's recent cancellation of 2.44 million tons of U.S. soybean orders has sent shockwaves through the American agricultural industry. This move marks a significant escalation in the ongoing trade war between the two economic giants. It has left farmers grappling with uncertainty and financial strain. The situation is dire, with a surplus of soybeans piling up and no clear solution in sight. The cancellation is a stark reminder of the high stakes involved in this trade war. It highlights the vulnerability of American farmers caught in the crossfire. The impact is being felt far beyond the fields, rippling through rural communities and the broader U.S. economy. The situation is a stark illustration of the interconnectedness of global trade and the profound impact political decisions can have on ordinary lives. The cancellation has ignited fear and frustration among farmers already struggling with low commodity prices and rising input costs. Many had hoped for a swift resolution to the trade war. Now they are left questioning their future and bracing for further economic hardship. The cancellation is not just an economic blow, it's a blow to the heart of rural America. This situation underscores the urgent need for a negotiated settlement to the trade war. The livelihoods of American farmers and the stability of the global agricultural market hang in the balance. The world is watching as this trade war unfolds, hoping for a resolution that benefits all parties involved. China's decision to cancel 2.44 million tons of U.S. soybean orders is not just a symbolic gesture, it's a logistical nightmare. This cancellation represents a massive amount of soybeans, equivalent to the weight of roughly 450,000 adult elephants. To put it into perspective, imagine a line of semi-trucks loaded with soybeans stretching for hundreds of miles, all destined for Chinese ports but now stranded without a buyer. This cancellation has created a significant surplus in the U.S. soybean market. Storage facilities are overflowing and farmers are left scrambling to find alternative buyers for their crops. The sheer volume of unsold soybeans is driving down prices, further squeezing already tight margins for American farmers. The cancellation has exposed the vulnerability of relying heavily on a single buyer. China has long been the largest importer of U.S. soybeans, purchasing nearly half of all U.S. soybean exports. This dependence on the Chinese market has left American farmers exposed to the whims of geopolitical tensions. The cancellation serves as a wake-up call for the U.S. agricultural industry. It highlights the need to diversify export markets and reduce reliance on China. Finding new buyers for such a large volume of soybeans will be a significant challenge. It will require a concerted effort from the government and the private sector to explore new markets and forge new partnerships. The current trade war between the United States and China didn't erupt overnight. It was a slow burn that ignited into a raging inferno. The seeds of this conflict were sown years ago, fueled by concerns over trade imbalances, intellectual property theft, and China's growing economic might. Under the Trump administration, these simmering tensions boiled over, leading to a series of tit-for-tat tariffs that have shaken the global economy. In 2018, the Trump administration imposed tariffs on billions of dollars worth of Chinese goods entering the United States. These tariffs, designed to protect American industries and jobs, were met with retaliatory tariffs from China on U.S. goods, including soybeans. What began as a targeted strike against certain industries quickly escalated into a full-blown trade war, impacting a wide range of goods and services. The trade war has had a ripple effect across the global economy. It has disrupted supply chains, increased prices for consumers, and fueled uncertainty in financial markets. Businesses on both sides of the Pacific have felt the pain, leading to job losses and reduced investment. Despite ongoing negotiations, the trade war has dragged on, with no end in sight. The recent cancellation of soybean orders is a stark reminder that the stakes are high and that finding a resolution is crucial for the economic well-being of both countries and the world. China's counterstrike targeting soybeans, the heart of American agriculture. China's decision to target American soybeans was a strategic move, aimed at inflicting maximum economic pain on the United States while minimizing the impact on its own consumers. Soybeans are a critical component of animal feed in China, which has a massive and growing demand for pork, poultry, and other meat products. By slapping tariffs on U.S. soybeans, China sought to pressure the Trump administration to back down on its trade demands. The impact on American soybean farmers was immediate and devastating. China, once the largest importer of U.S. soybeans, drastically reduced its purchases, leaving American farmers with a glut of unsold crops. Prices plummeted, forcing many farmers to sell their soybeans at a loss or store them in hopes of a price rebound. The tariffs on soybeans were more than just an economic sanction, they were a direct hit on the heartland of America, a region that had overwhelmingly supported President Trump in the 2016 election. The move was seen as an attempt to undermine Trump's political base and weaken his resolve in the trade negotiations. The targeting of soybeans highlighted the interconnectedness of the global economy and the unintended consequences of trade wars. It demonstrated how a geopolitical dispute between two powerful nations could have a devastating impact on the lives of ordinary farmers thousands of miles away. The rise of a new soybean giant, Brazil, steps into the void. As the trade war between the United States and China raged on, a new player emerged in the global soybean market, Brazil. With China eager to reduce its dependence on U.S. soybeans, Brazil seized the opportunity to become a major supplier. Brazilian farmers ramped up production to meet the surging demand from China, filling the void left by American exports. Brazil's rise as a soybean powerhouse has reshaped the global trade dynamics. China is now heavily reliant on Brazilian soybeans, and this shift has significant implications for both countries. For Brazil, it has been an economic boon, boosting agricultural exports and strengthening its ties with China. However, this dependence on a single buyer also comes with risks, as Brazil is now vulnerable to shifts in Chinese demand and market fluctuations. For the United States, Brazil's emergence as a major soybean supplier has been a blow to its agricultural dominance. American farmers have lost a significant market share, and regaining that foothold will be a challenge. The trade war has accelerated a trend of declining U.S. soybean exports to China, and reversing that trend will require a concerted effort to rebuild trust and restore trade relations. The rise of Brazil in the soybean market highlights the dynamic nature of global trade and the ability of other countries to capitalize on geopolitical shifts. It serves as a reminder that trade relationships are not static, and that countries must adapt to changing circumstances to remain competitive in the global marketplace.